Good morning, great Americans. Say, have you ever heard anybody say, when it comes to transgenders and people who want to identify as the wrong sex or a cat or a dog or something, have you ever heard anybody say, well, just let them be happy and live their lives. They're not hurting you. Why do you care? It doesn't affect you. Have you ever heard anybody say that? If you have, then the person who said it, you can be advised that that person is a moron and an idiot and a stupid dope. Look, it has long been understood by it's just been understood that the basic building block of society has always been the family. When a child is born, the family is where the child begins to learn, right? It's many years, at least 5 years in America for before kindergarten. It's a good 5 years before that child even goes out into the public and really starts learning from other sources and stuff. For 5 years, the child learns in the family. Therefore, the family is the basic building block of creating human beings, teaching human beings, teaching human beings the fundamental facts of just even communicating and speaking. The family is the building block. When you destroy the family, you destroy the basic building block of human civilization. And that's exactly what the left is doing right now. Every way it possibly can, the left is, look, a lot of you may not remember this because you may be too young, but I remember when divorce, right, was a big deal. It was becoming a big deal. I mean, divorce used to be a really bad thing, and it is still, for especially the Catholic Church. But there was a time when divorce had a bad stigma, and people got married and they stayed together for life. Then when divorce started becoming a big deal, say like in the late 70s, 80s, a lot of studies began to be done by doctors and medical professionals and psychiatrists and psychologists. And they all said the same thing. The absence of a mother and father in the life of a child can have devastating effects down the line for that child. I mean, this was universally accepted, just hundreds and thousands of studies done and then when this insanity and madness swept the nation regarding homosexuals and gay marriage, and even to this day, I can't understand how almost an entire civilization flipped on its head and actually accepted those disgusting abominations. But with the onset of gay marriage and all that, all of those studies seem to magically disappear. Where did all those studies go that said that a child needs a father and a mother? I am telling you that the homosexual agenda and the transgender agenda are destroying not only children's lives, but by way of destroying that basic building block of society, which is the family, mother, father, and children, where children are first raised and learned and taught, they are literally destroying society. When you don't even know what you are, and you replace science with fantasy, then you're destroying society. So the next time somebody says, oh, they're not hurting anybody, well, why do you care? Just say, they're hurting everybody, and they're hurting the future of your nation, your society, your children. Man, I just can't. People just don't know how to think these days. They literally do not know how to think. Kids come out of school and they are propagandized. They are told what to think, but they are not taught how to think. People literally cannot think. They don't seem to understand the devastating effects and ramifications of destroying that basic building block of society, which is the family, where a child is born, a child is nurtured, a child begins to be taught and learn to speak and learns basic rights and wrongs. And that basic building block requires a mother and a father. There are just hundreds and thousands of studies that prove that to be true, all of which have magically disappeared thanks to the sick, perverted, disgusting, degenerate, homosexual agenda, and now the transgender, LGBT, elemental PQ agenda. And the people who push that agenda are the enemy of society, and they are the enemy of civilization. At the top of that list is pedophile, senile Biden and his cocaine son and the entire degenerate, disgusting Democrat Party. Not only is the Democrat Party assisting in the destruction of America, but they are also assisting in the general destruction of society as a whole and the family unit. Man, this stuff has to change. People have gone far too far with this madness. All the doctors and medical professionals who created all of those studies back in the 80s and the 90s, they need to stand up and be heard and not be scared, not be intimidated by the left wing and their cancel culture. You know, you have to stand up and don't be intimidated by the left. They're really, you know, all you have to do is blow and they fall down. They're hollow little that's why they rode around in gangs and beat people in gangs, because they're all cowards and idiots, bunch of purple-haired freaks and morons. Yeah, so yes, it is true. When someone says, oh, it's not, why, just let them be, let them live their life, they're not hurting anybody, that person is a liar and an idiot, and transgenderism and the homosexual agenda certainly is hurting everybody. It's destroying the basic building blocks of society and therefore destroying society and civilization as a whole. So share my video. Please go to my website. It's in the description of this video. Go to my website. Please like and share my videos. I appreciate it. And I will see you in the next great American video. Adios, muchachos.